everyone. Welcome all. It's time for another exciting edition of the show with no name. And right now it's time for liftoff. Come on, baby, baby.
4, 3,
Let's get this
2,
mofo off the
1,
ground.
0.
Up and away. To infinity and beyond. Come on.
30 minutes after the hour.
Let's go. Come on. Get up there. Come on. There it is.
Ready. Hold on to your hat. Strap on your seatbelt. Fasten your seatbelts. Hold on to your hat. Get ready
For the ride of your life.
The show with no name time on Vaughn Radio.
It's the show with no name.
Let's go.
Clap your hands. Come on. Get into it. Shake that booty. Mueve ese culito. Shake that booty. Yeah, who said you can't shake your booty in English class? Come on. This isn't your average English class, amigos. We came here to party, to celebrate life, and the fact that we're learning and enriching ourselves every day, not just here on the show with no name, but on all the Vaughn Radio programs, such as Drive Time with Kyle Miller, The Salad with Dave Boyce, Let's Get Random with Jules Linares, Back to Basics with Tosh Pasqua, The Lunchtime Show with Rob and Andy, Ximena Holidays, Test Your English, The Pro Bow Show with Rob Grams, Richard Vaughn Live, and right before this show, the greatest warm-up you could ever ask for. It's my friend Fitz and his program, No Excuses. And it's all free on Vaughn Radio. Download our free app if you don't have it and start learning English and laughing today. With a plethora of different accents, man, different cultures. Awesome. It's Vaughn Radio, amigos. And you're listening to the show with no name. And don't forget, I just told you the shows that we've got now, but we've got some brand new shows coming up. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Vaughn Radio proudly presents 2 brand spanking new shows. You can join Ruby every weekday on her program Speak Up from 3 to 4 p.m. Speak Up is for students who are just getting started and superstars who want to go over the basics. Let Ruby guide you through the English experience on her new program, Speak Up, on Vaughn Radio from 3 to 4 p.m. And Frankly Speaking, hosted by Chris. This program will be on every evening from 7:30 p.m. to 8:30 p.m. And in Frankly Speaking, Chris Frank will make you feel like you were at the restaurant or bar with him in a totally native conversation. Learn English as you have fun with Frankly Speaking. So make sure you check out our 2 latest programs. You're going to love them. Frankly Speaking with Chris from 7:30 p.m. to 8:30 p.m. And Speak Up with Ruby from 3 p.m. to 4 p.m. I have a feeling, I have a hunch you're going to love these new programs. Exclusively on Vaughn Radio. That's right. Don't miss them. Don't miss them, folks. And now it's time for today's pop quiz. Sing it with me. I can't do it alone. Seriously. Let's go. Quiz. Come on. Pop quiz. Yeah. Yeah. You know it. Hands up. Let's go. Whoa. Pop quiz. Pop quiz. Pop quiz. Pop quiz. Pop quiz, baby. That's right, folks. It's our pop quiz only on the show with no name. And today's a really exciting day because we get to hear from you guys from our super show with no namers. And so many people participated this week. Let's give them a nice round of applause. It's Kubla, Anix, Chris, Laura, Nuria, and Maria Jose. Great job. We'll be hearing from all of them a little bit later on in today's show when we take a look at our question of the week. And we got some really good answers, and you sound great, amigos. But let's kick off with our pop quiz. This is where I extract some content from one of our books, from one of our radio presenters. It's content that is from our community. So it's content that I expect you to know, especially if you're following us all on social media, which you should be. If you want to learn English, there's no better way than to listen to Vaughn Radio and follow along on social media, because as you know, we're always taking our own time. We don't, as many of you guys know, Kyle, myself, we get paid to do the show. Nobody makes us do, oh, prepara un post que es, esta sección. We do all that stuff out of love of the game. Amor al arte. We say of the game. Nos encanta el juego. It comes from a baseball or from sports. So, my amigos, here's your Twitter translation from Kyle's show, Drive Time. I think it's pretty easy, but I could be wrong. Here we go. Let's see how you guys do. Voy a ir a la estación a despedirles. Kyle looked at this recently on his program, Drive Time. So it's voy a ir a la estación a despedirles. You can give that to us in the group. And also, aside from all the amazing Vaughn Radio programs, you got a brand new episode of FYI out today. Just an hour ago, it dropped. And you know what it's on? Some of you may know already. If you don't, welcome to the supermarket. Attention shoppers. There's a special on sliced bread and chopped liver. 2 for $1. Today only. This offer is exclusively for Club Card members. Happy shopping and have a nice day. You can find anything you may need in the aisles of these often unpopular places where we purchase our basic necessities. Nevertheless, we need to go to grocery stores in order to keep both our bellies and our fridges full. Oops! Clean up on aisle 4. We'll suss out supermarkets on this week's episode of FYI. Welcome to For Your Info. English. You got it. That's right, folks. So don't forget to follow FYI For Your English, my self-produced podcast that I work very hard on, as many of you know, because here I'm producing it live, but the podcast, as you know, there are 2 episodes every week. I also produce tons of additional content for my subscribers. So thank you to all of you who are supporting and learning with all that bonus content. And if you're not, we still love you. Don't worry. You don't have to give us any explanations. We love you. But if you're hungry for more, and many of you I know are, just remember there's always more in store. Siempre hay más por venir. And this week we're going to the supermarket, or as we call it, the grocery store. Hey, we've got to check out the grocery store before we check out. Did you get it? Well, you know what? You'll have to listen to the episode. I'm not here to talk about supermarkets right now. Just letting you know, there's a brand new episode out now. All right, let's go on over to our virtual classroom here, our interactive virtual classroom where our amigos are gathering, juntándose, and ready to rock. Hey, amigos, it's great to read your names, starting off with Salva. Salva. He's Salva. Yeah, he's in the house now. And he says, morning, AA and classmates. I'm looking forward to hearing from you in the question of the week. Awesome. Great, Salva. I've got my answer, too. Remember, I participate every week as well. Laura, speaking of people who participate every week, there's lovely Laura. And she says, good morning, lovely show with no namers. Great to have you with us, Laura. Elena says, good morning. Is it me or the TGIF vibes are in the air? Seize the day, everyone. I love it. Yeah, there's some kind of magic in the air. And there's a totally native for you, Elena. Seize the day. Carpe diem. A por ello. All right, David. There's David. He's always here, ready to rock. And he says, good morning, Alberto and mates. All right. Kubla. Good morning, ladies and gents. Oh, wait. So, Kubla, wait a second. You've changed now from poetry to jokes. Hey. whatever your thing is. Let's see. Why did the basketball player bring string to the USA? To tie the score. All right. Let's see. Also, Kubla is participating in our pop quiz provided by my buddy Kyle Miller. By the way, if you're not following Kyle, let me share the link to his Twitter page. Oh, wait, no. It's not Twitter anymore, is it? Now they call it, what do they call it? X. All right. But nobody's calling it that, dude. Sorry. All right. Let's see what we've got. I see we've got so many people participating in our pop quiz, and that's awesome. A nice round of applause for all of you. Kubla says, I'm going to the station to see them off. Wow, that is it. Lovely. See them off. Think about it. You're seeing them as they go off. Mientras se largan. You know, you're seeing them off. It makes sense in some weird way. Great job, Elena. I'm going to the station to see them off, Elena. You got it. Cristina, Cris Valrol. It's weird to call you Cristina when I call you Cris. She says, morning, dear Alberto and mates. I'm going to the station to wave off. Mejor to wave them off. Nos falta el them, but it's the same thing. To wave them off or to see them off. Yeah. Ooh, careful. Laura's getting eloquent and poetic on us. I'm going to the station to bid them farewell. Great one, Laura. So to see somebody off, to wave them off, to bid them farewell. Wow, guys, I am impressed. You guys are kicking butt. Now, also, you can simplify it. I'm going to the station to say goodbye. To say farewell. Right? Also, despedirse is to say goodbye. Saluda, say hello. Despídete, say goodbye. Also, right? We can always go simple. And you know what we say, babes? Kiss. What? Kiss? Beso? Or kiss como el grupo? Yeah, that's the word. But it stands for keep it simple, stupid. No te compliques, tontorrón. All right, well, folks, we've got so much to do on today's show. Since we have to do question of the week, we're going to put the pedal to the metal, and we're going to take a look at today's Say What soundbite. Yeah.
Say what? What?
Say What soundbite. Yeah. I think this one's going to be relatively easy, amigos. I think everybody's going to be able to handle it. I could be wrong. Let's see. You know what you have to do, amigos? You have to pay close attention to what you're about to hear. I'm going to play it 4 times. And on the 5th time, we will reveal who it is, where it's from, what's being said, if there's any tricky vocabulary in there, and all that jazz. Y todo eso. ¿Os sabéis esta expresión, no? And all that jazz. Y todo eso. Y todo el resto. All right, is everybody ready? Okay, grab your pens, grab a notebook, and get ready to write this down. This is the Say What soundbite for the first time.
You're in a beehive, pal, didn't you know? We're all busy little bees, full of stings, making honey day and night. Aren't we, honey?
Margot, really?
Please don't play governess, Karen. I haven't your unyielding good taste.
All right, there you go, my amigos. There you go. The person speaks clearly, a little bit fast, if you ask me, but it's clear. It's crystal clear. I don't want to say too much. I'm going to shut my mouth, and I'll let you guys analyze what you heard, and hopefully you guys will be able to give me a summary, right? A quick summary of what you heard in your best English. And this is another point, the same thing as the question of the week. It's all of these sections, question of the week, Say What soundbite, they're designed to do one thing, to get you to express your opinion in English. Do you know how hard it is to express your opinion sometimes in your own freaking language? Well, just imagine in another. So I feel your pain. I know it. Sometimes I'm trying to say what I think, my take, mi opinión, and I'm like, in English. I'm talking about in English now. And I'm like, let me rewind. So it's not even easy in our own language. So use these golden opportunities to practice writing. And of course, if you write something to us in the group, you should say it aloud in your home, in your office, wherever you may be at the time. All right? And make the most of the question of the week, because I can help you with so much more than your writing. I can help you with your pronunciation, with your, the way you put things together, the intonation. In fact, that's one of my specialties. As many of you know, I've worked with some famous actors, and I've coached them and worked with them on getting some serious auditions and landing them. Y le han dado el papel. So with many times. So if there's one thing I can help you with, because I studied English, but also I studied acting. And when you study acting, you learn about enunciation, you learn the phonetic alphabet. It's what I realized throughout the years is they're very related. Communication, they're both communication. One is entertainment, acting, and one is communicating to speak languages, right? So, and obviously there's definitely a parallel there. All right, let's see what you guys heard over there. Kubla says, I can see wave them off on Chris's post. Yes, me too on the second one, but I read the first one since I'm just going in order. Thanks, though. Vero says, morning, beautiful people around the universe. What's up, Vero? It's always a pleasure to have you with us, and you've been with us since day one, basically. So hope you're doing well, Vero. There's Born to Iron Man with his birthday hangover. Su resaca de cumpleaños. His birthday hangover. Well, I don't know. Do you have a hangover? I'm not too sure. Well, you know what? You don't strike me as a drinker. No me pareces bebedor. You seem way too healthy to be a drinker. I could be wrong. But either way, we hope you celebrated and had a wonderful time Born to Iron Man. And we hope you enjoyed all the love we sent your way yesterday. And let's see. All right. Kubla says, I heard an American lady comparing herself and other people to industrious honey-making insects. All right. Great job. Great job, Kubla. Elena says, an old audio clip, and I want you guys to be careful with that word. I've heard a lot of my students say audio, porque en español es audio, but in inglés es audio. Awesome. Es ese sonido. So an old es una palabra sola. Fíjate. No digo an old. An old audio clip of a movie where a woman does a comparison. We usually say to make a comparison, where a woman makes a comparison of their lives and busy bees. Yeah. Or, Elena, you can also say compares, como verbo. Compara directamente. So whatever you want, make a comparison or to compare. And a busy bee is a word that we actually use. A busy bee is somebody who's always running around. They're always busy. We all have friends like that, right? That are busy bees. But it's not necessarily a good thing to be a busy bee. Because sometimes you're like, man, you are a busy bee. That means sometimes you're moving around a lot, but you're not really doing too much, right? So it's not always, it can have a negative connotation to it, to be a busy bee. And by the way, if you guys want to listen to an episode of FYI on these fascinating creatures, you should give it a listen. There's an episode on bees, and they tell me it's the bee's knees. Okay. All right. I know. Just tell me to buzz off. No. To buzz off. Alberto, vete a tomar viento. Buzz. Bzz. That's what you're hearing in the background. Zumbar. Right? Zumbido? Is that the word? I love it because I learned the word a different way. I didn't learn it from bees. Están zumbando. I learned, este tío está zumbado. Hey, remember, you learn from everywhere, and mostly you learn from other native speakers. I'm very lucky because I live in Spain, and I can hear you guys and take notes every day. All right, let's see what we've got over here, my amigos. Who else is participating in the section? Born to Iron Man. Let's see what he says about today's Say What soundbite. He says, I maybe drank a little bit of water from the swimming pool and from my isotonic drink, finishing my training at 10 p.m. and today swimming at 7. Dude, I'm going to call you Michael Phelps. You are a champion. Let's see, Laura participating in the section. Thank you, Laura, for your participation. She says, I heard an elderly woman, great word, elderly, de mayor, in an old movie comparing people to busy bees making honey day and night. And she says, there's some piano music in the background. All right, Laura, wonderful job. Awesome. All right, folks. We are off to a quick commercial break right now. We've got so much to do today, my amigos, so we've got to stay focused. Concentrate, focus with me. Because if not, we're going to have to cut a lot of sections, and I don't want to do that. So, we'll be right back with tons more Show with No Name. So, stick around. Hey, amigos. Welcome back. Welcome back to the Show with No Name on Vaughn Radio. All right, amigos. We're going to be hearing from you in just a little bit. Just 2 shakes of a lamb's tail. Eso es en nada, en un plis plas. In 2 shakes of a lamb's tail. First, we're going to listen to our Say What soundbite again. And then we'll take a look at our question of the week. This week's question: if money wasn't an option, if you never needed money again, if you were well off, really well off, well-to-do, rolling in it, if you made a killing, well, what would you do every day? Like if you didn't have to work. Many of us have to work because we have to pay bills. The mortgage, right? Kids' school, incidentals, all those things that come up that you're not expecting. All right, amigos. Welcome back to the second part of today's show. We need to listen to our Say What soundbite here for the second time. So everybody, please write down what you hear.
You're in a beehive, pal, didn't you know? We're all busy little bees, full of stings, making honey day and night. Aren't we, honey?
Margot, really?
Please don't play governess, Karen. I haven't your unyielding good taste.
All right, there you go, ladies and gentlemen. And now it's time for the moment you've been waiting here. You're going to hear from your classmates, the one and the only Show with No Namers, and it's our question of the week.
Question of the week.
All right, charge. It's question of the week, and we're going to hear from you guys, my amigos. All right, really quickly, though, we've got Chris Valrol participating in our Say What soundbite, and Chris says, I heard an mature. Just be careful. It's not an, it's a mature, madura, right? I heard a mature American woman, because an sí es American, pero como es mature, ya es a. So I heard a mature American woman. I guess the audio clip is from an old movie. I couldn't catch a lot, but she says something about busy bees and something about not playing music. Chris, wonderful. Excellent job there to all my amigos. All right, well, let's hear what you guys had to say. What would you do every day? Could be a job, could be a hobby. What would you do every day if you never had to work another day in your life? Work as we know it, like, oh man, I hope I get paid soon. This is a tough month. Like where you're not living, como decimos, paycheck to paycheck. Vives de nómina a nómina. Well, sadly, many people, they don't save, they can't save. And as we say, save for a rainy day, right? Save your pennies for a rainy day. All right. Well, folks, let's hear from your classmate, Kubla.
Hey, it's Kubla. I'd be mesmerized at first, no doubt about it. Suddenly, all that spare time would catch me by surprise. To tell you the truth, I wouldn't change much, and neither would my life, as I'm not a material individual. I'd probably indulge in an apple sandwich every once in a while, or maybe a trip to Getafe to admire its brook snake park, Arroyo Culebro. One scholar said, working dignifies, and I can't agree more. Laziness and idleness lead to carelessness and negligence of the body and mind. The more we use our brain and locomotive apparatus, the farther we'll be from degenerative ailments. Neither will we tear our belts. So do something, regardless of your financial status. Thank you and all the best.
All right, Kubla. So Kubla said, I wouldn't change much. You would go for a walk in the park every day. Well, you know what, Kubla? That and a specific park, to be honest. But what's awesome is that's good. That means you're in a situation where you're comfortable. Yeah, we could always change. Anybody who says, I'm perfect the way I am, I've got news for you. You're totally wrong. Then you're not evolving. You're stagnant, parado. If you're perfect, I'm great. I got it all. Then you have the teenage mentality, right? Of, I know it all. What do you mean, Mom? Dad, you don't know shit about life. Grandma and Grandpa don't know what they're talking about. They only lived through the Great Depression, right? So great job, Kubla. Wonderful job. But he would, I guess the answer summing it up is you would go back to those simple things, taking a walk in the park, right? As I said, you gave us a specific park. I try to walk. I'm lucky. I live in a little town outside of Madrid and there's a lot of green. And so I try and touch grass or a tree or, something that's nature related every single day. And that's my balance. That's what helps me. So excellent job, Kubla. He gave us some philosophy there as well. Un poco de filosofía. All right, here we go. Oh, y filosofía, ¿sabéis cómo se dice? Hay que tomarlo con filosofía. You've got to take it in stride. Toma expresión. You've got to take it in stride. All right, well, ladies and gentlemen, one of our students who's always taken it in stride, and she's been doing a wonderful job week after week. Let's hear from Anix.
Morning there. This is Anix. As you can tell, I'm a bit under the weather, but I'm okay. If I didn't need any money ever again, I would like to stop doing all of those things that I hate. For example, going to the grocery store. It's the thing I really hate. And I'll do the things that I have on my bucket list. Going to Greece, for example. I really love Greece. And I would like to spend time with my dog and read all of those books that I have on the shelf, and I don't have enough time to do it. Okay, guys, that's all. Bye-bye.
All right, excellent job, Anix. The good thing is, another person who believes in simplicity. She's saying, I just want to walk with my dog more often. I don't want to go grocery shopping. Guys, can I tell you something? You're gonna be like, what is wrong with you? For me, grocery shopping, I get in the zone. Me pongo en modo zen. I'm serious. In fact, there are times when at my house, the decibel level is like an ACD concert. I love my daughter, but she's really got a set of pipes. Vaya pulmones que tiene. So sometimes I'm like, honey, I'm going to walk on over to the supermarket and pick up a few things. And I take my time and I browse. So it's funny. It's all about perspective. For some people, now I have to admit, I go off peak. I don't go during the busiest hours of the day. So when possible, I go first thing in the morning. I go when I know a lot of people are like, when a lot of people are hitting their alarm, like, oh, no, I'm not getting up yet. And I go and I get it done. So that's interesting. She wouldn't do. Well, Onyx, we can trade for something, right? I don't like sitting in front of computers and screens all day. And I do sometimes. Sometimes I'm like, man, I've been, in front of screens all day. So if you want to do some of the scripts, los guiones, I'll do your grocery shopping. Hey, that's a trade-off. Well, excellent job, Onyx. And I hope you feel better soon. All right. Well, let's hear from the lovely movie queen, Chris Valrol.
Morning, Alberto and classmates. Chris Valrol speaking. If I never had to work again, I'd spend my lifetime just living peacefully, doing things I like, such as listening to phone radio, reading, hiking, traveling, interacting with family, friends, and people, watching movies, and so on. Slow but steady. I love my profession. It's fulfilling, but there are so many cool things to do and only one life. Also, I can continue helping people even if I'm not working. So I choose freedom. Thank you. Bye bye.
All right. Great job. Excellent job. Wonderful job there, Chris Valrol. And like Onyx, the simple things, read some books. I think everybody, even if you love what you do, we could all use some more downtime. Tiempo de tranquis, de relax, some more downtime, whether that means reading a book or just catching up with a friend, poniéndote al día con un colega, somebody you haven't seen in a while. But what I'm realizing is there's something in common here. There's everybody who loves their job, and that seems like all of you. What you're looking for is more time to enjoy the simple things in life. And I think it just goes back. I love when people say, that's just a simple thing. That's just a minor detail. And you know what I say there? I go, what do you think made a Picasso a Picasso? The minor details, right? Those little nuances, matices. So we could all use, nos vendría bien a todos, a little more downtime, a little more spare time, a little more free time. Digas como lo digas, es tiempo para ti, para hacer lo que te da la gana, to do whatever the hell you want. All right, well, folks, let's see what Laura had to say.
Hi, Alberto. Hi, everyone. It's Laura. If I didn't need money ever again, I'd spend more time with my family and friends, especially those who live farther away. I would travel and visit them and spend quality time with them. On a different note, I would take up guitar lessons again. I would go swimming more often, and I would do Pilates every single day. I would love to pick up a new language like Portuguese. And of course, I would keep brushing up and improving my English with you, AA, and Vaughan. I would try to be brave enough to join one of the Vaughan radio morning classes with Richard or Fitz, and I would become an interstellar student. But I also think that I'd continue teaching as I love doing it, especially when the students show me that they really care and are eager to learn. Bye-bye, everyone.
Wow, Laura, what a well-rounded person. Laura's got her priorities straight. Tiene las prioridades claras. My friends, my family, that kind of stuff, taking up different hobbies. And wow, from Pilates to a lot of different things, you have a wide range of hobbies. So, this is what I think. We work, and even when we love our job, like Laura's case, like many of you, we need that time to just be a human, to not be a worker, to not be an employee, to not be on point. In my case, I need some time every day, even if it's just 10 minutes, to turn off my brain. Because sometimes I just feel like, okay, I'm doing the show and I'm thinking about what I have to do here. And then I got to edit FYI. And then, oops, I got to pick up Lara. And I'm just like, whoa, my brain is going to explode. So sometimes I just need to sit back and take a deep breath, and don't underestimate. Don't underestimate the power of the dark side. No, of a deep breath. All right. Excellent job. I'm impressed. You're all doing a wonderful job, and you should be proud of yourselves. And I urge you all to participate in the next question of the week as well. Now, next week, we are not going to do question of the week. Even though there's a show on Friday, we'll have a live show. I'm not going to do it because the week is weird. Many people are away. So we're going to skip question of the week. Lo vamos a saltar. We're going to skip question of the week next week. But that's going to give you plenty of time. In fact, I'll start thinking of the question for the following week, and that'll give you a lot of time to work on it. But it seems like you guys don't need too much time to work on it. You're expressing yourselves beautifully in English. Great job. All right, let's hear from one of my students, like Laura, who's in my curious community, and let's hear what Nuria has to say.
Hi, Alberto and friends. This is Nuria. And regarding the question of this week, what could I do every day if I didn't need money ever again? That could probably be the dream situation that everybody would like to be in, because sometimes you have to grab life by the horns, make a plan and go for it. Maybe it's the case that you bought a house, a car, or whatever. However, money is not so essential when you're retired or you don't need it at all. Then, in this case, you can do whatever you want. Take care of yourself and your loved ones, travel around the world, help people with disabilities, do an activity that you enjoy, and so on and so forth. In short, love yourself and others, enjoy, and be happy, because time is money. Bye. Thank you.
Excellent job. Time is money, Nuria. It's true. It's true. Nobody, I always think of this. Nobody said on their deathbed, en su lecho de muerte, nobody, as far as I know, que yo sepa, has ever said, I wish I had worked more. Why didn't I work more? ¿Por qué no trabajé más en mi vida? Quite the contrary. Why didn't I take care of myself more? Why didn't I take care of my family? Why didn't I spend quality time, as Laura said, with my family? So, Nuria, you are a smart cookie. She's saying, first, self-care, autocuidado, cuidar de sí mismo, whatever that means. If that means taking a walk in the park, if it means having a nice, healthy breakfast. And Nuria, it seems like you have got, like many of you, your priorities straight. And Nuria, except for the word essential, you said esencial, no has dicho a la española. Bueno, te perdonamos because the rest sounded great. To quote Born to Iron Man, put it in English, but I'll say it in Spanish because it sounds so much better. Solo se vive una vez. You only live once, amigos. We also say this is not a dress rehearsal. Esto no es un ensayo final. This is the show, baby. Bueno, this is the show, lo acabo de añadir. We say life is not a dress rehearsal. And you guys know that. That's why you live every minute to the max. All right, we're going to hear from another student now. Now, Maria Jose participated. There's just one little issue, and it's not really a big deal. I already spoke to her, but she was listening on iVox. As many of you guys know, you can participate on, you can listen to the shows wherever you listen to podcasts. So a shout out to all of our podcast listeners out there. What's up? What's up? We miss you and we wish you can stop by from time to time. Pásate de vez en cuando al directo just to say hi. But we love you guys just the same as everybody who participates every day, right? I don't have any favorites. Well, yes, Lara. But aside from Lara, I don't have any favorite students. You are all important to me. So Maria Jose took the time to record it and go through it, but it was from 2 weeks ago. So she answered the question, what is your biggest regret in life so far? And the fact that Maria Jose went through the effort to do it and record it, I don't want it to be in vain. So we're going to hear Maria Jose now answering the question of the week from 2 weeks ago, which was, what is the thing you regret the most?
Hi there. Hi, everyone. Hi, show with no namers, and especially hi, Alberto. It's Maria Jose from Valencia. Well, the thing I regret the most is having come to live to the Valencian community. Not because of the place in itself, because it's wonderful, it's gorgeous, but because of the fact that it's impossible for children to study in Spanish if they go to a public school. They just can't study in the local language, Valencian. Oxymoron, since we're living in Spain as well. But that's a real thing here. That's why I've had to take my children to a private school, and it costs an arm and a leg to have 2 children. My family is helping me financially, but it's being really hot. Well, happy belated birthday to your mom, Linda. Thank you all. See you.
Wow, Maria Jose, you sound excellent. There were certain moments there, I'm like, ¿Estás de Estados Unidos? Wow, Maria Jose. And she says the thing that she regrets the most is moving to Valencia. And not because of the place. She loves Valencia. But she said that, she enrolled her children in public school. And then she realized that they would not be learning their curriculum, sus estudios, su plan de estudios, in Spanish. And so she had to put them in private school. And any parents who have their children in private school will know, as Maria Jose said, that it costs an arm and a leg. So she regrets the fact that she's had to go to Valencia and put her children in private school because, Spanish is not the main language in the public schools there, which, again, I won't give my opinion, but, I think we should respect all languages, right? But that would be like in the United States, going to Texas and they say, well, we're going to teach you something different here. And it's okay. It's okay to be different. But I'm thinking now from the standpoint of practicality. No offense to the Valencian language or Catalan language or any languages, but I'm not interested in learning it personally. No offense. I would rather learn French or German or Chinese, Mandarin Chinese. There's one I want to learn. So that's a shame because poor Maria Jose is having to spend a lot of money. Well, hopefully, Maria Jose, you can move back to Madrid or wherever it was you were living before. All right. Well, folks, what would I do for the rest of my life if I never had to work again? I would be at the airport. Yeah, I don't care. I would just take a job for free. Like, as long as I can see the planes, be near the planes, I'm a happy guy. So look at that, I love my job. You know that. I'm very, very lucky. I really enjoy what I do here every day. But if this weren't the path that I had chosen in life, well, I would definitely be working somehow or somewhere, even if it's volunteering, over at Deck of Cards, Barajas. All right, guys, before our commercial break, let's take a look at today's homophones.
Homophones on the show with no name. It's homophones time, cause homophones rhyme. They sound the same on the show with no name. The show with no name. Hold the phones on the show with no name. Cause homophones time, cause homophones rhyme. They sound the same on the show with no name. 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 Show with no name. Show with no name. The show with no name. That's right, amigos. It's homophones only on the show with no name. And wow, time is just flying by, my amigos. Flying by. All right, well, let's see what we've got for today's homophones. By the way, tons of comments from your fellow classmates to all of you who participated. Excellent job. Excellent job. Excellent job. And I urge you all to participate in the future. All right, here you go. The first word is something that is empty inside. Okay? Most politicians. Okay, but it's true. Okay. So something that is empty inside. It also is, so that's hueco in Spanish. It's also, if we're talking about the face, demacrado. Okay? It means your cheeks kind of go in, right? Also, if we're talking about an argument, es humo, es vacío lo que dices, okay? What else? Un hueco, una hondonada, como un valle. So, and anything else? No, I think that's, también es vaciar si añadimos out. Así que lo vamos a ver en breve, pero vamos a ver la segunda palabra. Let's take a look at the second word. The second word is the light source that you see around an angel's head. It's also a video game, a first-person shooter video game that came out with the Xbox. Those are your words, amigos, and we'll see if you guys can tell me what they are and if they sound the same. We'll be right back, so stick around.
Hey, amigos, welcome back. Welcome back to the show with no name. Welcome back to the second half of today's show. It was wonderful hearing from you guys, my show with no namers. We've got so many more challenges up ahead. And I see we've got so many people participating. It's wonderful news. Also, remember, folks, if you live in Bilbao, Valladolid, Zaragoza, Barcelona, Valencia, Santander, Vigo, Madrid, well, you can stop by and pay us a visit. Stop by, you can get a free level test, or just stop by and introduce yourself. Preséntate. We'd love to meet you. All right. Also, remember, if you can't stop by in person, you've got our website, grupovon.com. The phone number, 911-385831. And follow us on social media. And this way you'll know what's going on in the Vaughn world. grupovon.com. Or just search for Grupo Vaughn on your favorite social media platform. All right, amigos, we need to listen to our Say What soundbite here. This is the third listen, so everybody pay close attention and write down what you hear.
You're in a beehive, pal, didn't you know? We're all busy little bees, full of stings, making honey day and night. Aren't we, honey? Margot, really? Please don't play governess, Karen. I haven't your unyielding good taste.
All right, there you go, my amigos. You'll hear that one more time, and we'll see if a few people are able to get it all down. All right, let's look at today's homophones over here. We've got some people participating as well. Will, what's up, Will? Will says, hello, AA and folks. Same situation here in Catalonia. At some point, it is good to know the regional language because it's part of the culture. But why not half and half? Oh, no, don't get me wrong. I'm not saying you shouldn't use the Catalan language if you want in Catalonia. I'm just saying you're never going to find me or my daughter there, right? So again, everybody does what they. I'm never going to tell somebody don't speak this language, but you're never going to force me to speak a language I don't want to speak because again, it's nothing against any language. I'd prefer to speak Spanish, English, maybe French, maybe Chinese. I don't have too much free time, as you guys know, as many of you. So if I'm going to learn a language, it's a language I want to learn. I feel that it's useful. No offense to anybody in their culture here. This is a question of time is money, baby, and I don't have time. So, but I get it. Hey, that's how you want to do it there. You know what's up. You have two options. You can find a job and work somewhere else, which isn't easy. Easier said than done. Or you can suck it up, ajo y agua, and like Maria Jose, bring your children to a private school. But it stinks. I think the greatest thing you can have in life is options. So when you don't have options, that sucks. That's my take on that. Let's see. I hope I didn't offend anybody. I know it's very easy to get offended these days. But as my mother-in-law says, those who get offended easily can get unoffended just as easily. Get over it. You're not the center of the world, not Spain, not the United States, nothing. Now it seems like it's Ukraine, to be honest. Anyway, Anik says, hi there. Thanks, guys. You're so lovely. It's really nice to share this space and learn with you. Anix, you've been doing a wonderful job. Let's see. Born to Iron Man says, you got it, Alberto. Politicians made problems in spite of solving them. And Maria Jose is paying for it. Absolutely. That's the point. Like, I don't think it's people. I think politicians do what they want, and then, they don't do the will of the people, and then you get what you get. Everybody's unhappy with the situation, the financial situation, and many other things. So, but I don't want to get into politics. It's more for me, the whole language thing. Should we learn Catalan? Again, I don't care what you speak. I'm not going to learn it. That's not, you're free to do whatever you want, but I won't be living there. I don't want to. When I moved to Spain, that was a big decision for me. I was living in Almeria, and I said, I got to go to a place where there's more work, especially for somebody with my profile. And I was looking at Catalonia, and I was looking at Barcelona, and I was looking at Madrid, and I said, you know what? The language thing is what totally made me choose Madrid. So again, it can be a wonderful cultural thing, or it can also turn people off. Rechazar, gente, in my case. Again, I've got nothing against anybody's language. Even Swahili. It's a beautiful, kind of clicky language. Excellent. I'm not going to learn it. Don't have time. All right. I hope nobody's offended, because I know no matter what you say, someone's going to get offended. Be like, how could you say that? Well, it's my opinion, and I'm entitled to it the same way you're entitled to your opinion. So where were we? But I see most of you agree with me here. So this is, nobody's arguing here with me. Nobody's saying, no, you have to learn this language or nothing. Because then we're going back to taking away options is not good. Give me the options, and then I can decide this one's better for me in my situation, right? Because I would hate to be in Maria Jose's situation. 2 kids, and you're forced to put them in private school, which is very expensive. And she doesn't seem like she has too many options there. It was a last resort, último recurso. So, all right, well, let's get back on track here, or else we're going to run out of time. We need to look at our homophones. The first person to take a stab at it, let's see. A lot of comments here. Let's see. Kubla's the first one to take a stab at it. Those are the correct words. And Kubla says that they don't sound alike. Laura says the correct words as well, and she says they don't sound alike. Let's see. Elena says the correct words, and she says not at all. Chris says like sleepy. Exacto. And are not homophones. Let's see. Question of the week is a great initiative because it helps us get to know each other more, says Laura. I second the motion. All right, let's see. Ladies and gentlemen, we've also got a winner in our Say What soundbite. Give it up for Kubla. All right, my amigos. As always, we've got so much to do. So let's solve this homophone thing over here. You guys were absolutely right. The first word is hollow. Ha, ha. Hollow. No es holo. Hollow. Say it with me. Man, that beam, esa viga, is hollow. It's hollow. Hay una canción buenísima, si os gusta, grunge, alternative rock. Bush, Gavin Rossdale and his group Bush have a song called Hollow Swallow. It's an awesome song, by the way, and it'll give you the pronunciation of it. So it's hollow. Hollow is the first word. Say it with me. You've got to say it aloud, or else you're not really practicing it. Hollow. It's not hello. Hollow. Hello. And then, as we said before, it has many other meanings. It's not just hueco. For example, Jack's apology was just hollow. No era sincero, right? It was hollow. His argument was hollow. There was no substantial evidence there. It was hollow. Man, are you sick? You look a bit pale and a bit hollow, como si estuvieras hueco por dentro. But if you're glowing, then you have a halo. You don't look hollow. You have a halo. Say them with me. I have a hollow halo. I have a hollow halo. And that's right, folks. These words are not homophones. And since you guys got it right, I'm going to take you to one of my favorite places, the movies. Name that movie. That's right, amigos. It's Name That Movie, only on the Show with No Name. And here's where we're going to take a look at a flick. Maybe you've seen it, maybe you haven't. We'll find out in just a moment. Here's your trailer. A brilliant scientist's discovery renders him invisible, but transforms him into an omnipotent, dangerous megalomaniac. Whoa. So a brilliant scientist's descubrimiento, discovery, renders him, es le deja. I know any of you who work in video, you know a video renders, right? But to render somebody is dejar, volverle así, right? Render. It's probably a word you've seen, again, if you know a little bit about audio visual. And it renders him invisible, invisible, but transforms him, le transforma, into an omnipotent, dangerous megalomaniac. And folks, we've got some winners. Give it up for Kubla and Chris. The movie's called Hollow Man, and you guys know how to pronounce it. We just looked at the word Hollow Man. Hollow Man, and this is a movie with Kevin Bacon and Elizabeth Shue. Elizabeth Shue, the one from Back to the Future, and Kevin Bacon, there's only one. Also, Josh Brolin is in this movie as well, from The Goonies, and also Josh Brolin, you know him now from Endgame, right? He plays, what's his name? The big guy. Hold on. No cabe todo. My head is hollow. And speaking of hollow, Elena says, I'm so hollow, baby. James Blunt. Nice job. I've got to be blunt with you. Sincero. That was a good observation, Elena. All right. Well, let's take a look at this movie, Hollow Man, where Kevin Bacon plays an invisible dude. And during the filming, Kevin Bacon wore skin-tight costumes. You know, like the ones that, what is it called? The ones that the people who ride bikes wear, Born to Iron Man, also runners, spandex. Yeah. You don't want to see me in spandex, Lika, because I look like a stuffed sausage. Una salchicha rellena. So he wore, remember, it's from the verb to wear, wore, worn. He wore skin-tight costumes in green, blue, gray, or black, depending on the visual effects. And some of the castmates said that, the castmates, los del reparto, they said that it was interested because the hardest part for them was not laughing at him. He looked ridiculous, they said. Yeah, because, you know, in the movie, he's like, wow, but they would see him walking around and he looked like he was doing some kind of performance art. And that happens a lot. Now you see with CGI, you know, you see somebody arguing with Thor, and then you see behind the scenes and he's just screaming at a green screen. And you're like, wow. So the actor has to be really good because they no longer have the person who's standing there, right? Normally, it helps if you have the other actor to bounce off of. They give you a reaction, you react to that. But when the other actor is a broomstick, no, el palo de una fregona, de una escoba, look over here. Look, this is where Thor is. See that X over there on the green screen? That's Thor. Okay? Oh, man. Must be very difficult these days. You got to really use your imagination. Also, Guy Pearce. We looked at Guy Pearce, I believe, yesterday or the day before. Well, this week. And Ed Norton were considered for the role of Sebastian Kane, but they chose Kevin Bacon for his ability to be, and I quote, charming, encantador, and diabolical. Okay. All right. Evil laugh. All right. Let's take a look at the scene that I've chosen here from the movie Hollow Man, which came out in the year 2000. So Matt says, after Sebastian lied to the committee, what the just happened in there? ¿Qué cojones acaba de pasar ahí dentro? What the just happened in there? Now, si no queremos ser vulgares, we can say, what the heck? Eso ya no es vulgar, pero pone énfasis. What the heck just happened in there? And then Linda answers, yeah, this better be goddamn good. ¿Qué quiere decir eso? Esta explicación debería ser buenísima, porque si no, la has cagado. Right? So this better, es muy frase de madre. Mom, I swear I didn't break it. I'll tell you what happened. Y tu madre te dice, this better be good. Me espero una buena historia aquí, ¿eh? Como que estoy a punto de no creerlo aquí, right? So, yeah, this better be goddamn good. Como estamos esperando un milagro aquí, algo muy chulo. And Sebastian says, I wasn't ready for them to know yet. Yo no estaba listo para conocerles aún, to know them yet. And Linda scoffs. Do you know this word? To scoff. S-C-O-F-F. To scoff. Right? Burlarse, mofarse, reírse. So she scoffs at him. And she says, you weren't ready. Tú no estabas listo. You weren't ready. And Matt says, ready's got nothing to do with it. Ready no tiene nada que ver con ello. You have results. You report them. Y ojo con esta palabra, okay? I've heard students mispronounce this word a lot. They say results, right? Results. La S es como una Z. You have results. Say it with me. You have results. You report them. ¿No? Informas sobre ellos. And then Sebastian says, under the sea. No, I'm joking. Wrong movie. That's another Sebastian. He says, can I please just explain? ¿Puedo explicar? And Linda says, you fucking lied to the Pentagon. Has mentido al Pentágono. And Sebastian says, once they know that we've completed the circle, what's to stop them from taking over the project? ¿Qué es lo que le va a frenar o detener de coger control del proyecto? What's to stop them from taking over the project? And then Linda says, why would they do that? ¿Por qué harían eso? Why would they do that? Y el would, no quiero oír la L, no es wool, es would. Why would they do that? Poco trabalenguas. And Sebastian says, because they won't need us anymore. No nos necesitarán. Voy a intentar de nuevo. Ya no nos necesitarán. Eso es muy difícil para mí decir. Ya no nos necesitarán. ¡Woohoo! Y os quejáis del inglés. Manda eggs. I think it's a lot easier in English. They won't need us anymore. Right? They won't need us anymore. Matt says, but it's their project, Sebastian. It's going to happen sometime. Es su proyecto, Sebastián. Va a pasar en algún, va a ocurrir o va a pasar en algún momento. And Sebastian says, it may be their project. ¿Te acuerdas de este may? Hay que usarlo. Puede que. It may be their project, but it's my dream. It's my vision. And Linda says, and what are you proposing? ¿Y qué propones? What are you proposing? And una propuesta is a proposal, by the way, a proposal, okay? And Sebastian says that we go to phase 3 ourselves. que entramos en fase 3 nosotros, sin ellos, ourselves. And Matt says, phase 3? Fase 3? Are you nuts? ¿Estás loca? You can't just jump into human testing. No puedes empezar a hacer pruebas en humanos, you know, like a guinea pig, un conejito de Indias. There are rules, procedures. Vamos a pronunciar la palabra procedimientos. Procedures. Es rara. It's not procedure, procedures. So there are rules, procedures, procedimientos. And Sebastian says, you don't make history by following rules. La historia no se hace acatando a la ley, a las normas. You make it by seizing the moment. And we heard that before from one of our students. She said to seize the day. So great one, to seize, ir a por, coger a la fuerza. And Linda answers, do you want to be the first one? Don't you? Well, that's what this is all about. O sea, tú quieres ser el primero. He wants all the recognition. De esto va. That's what it's all about. And Sebastian says, no, this is not about me. Esto no tiene que ver conmigo. This is about us. Esto tiene que ver con nosotros. We always said we would change the world. And now is our chance. Ahora es nuestra oportunidad. All right, great job, amigos. And now it's time for Double Trouble.
Double trouble, baby. Yeah, you know what time it is. Give it up. Double trouble. I said double trouble. Double trouble. I said double trouble.
That's right, amigos. It's Double Trouble only on the Show with No Name. And as always, this is a translation with a twist. What is that twist? You have to use the same word twice. I have faith in you guys. I really, really do. And I know you guys are going to figure it out. Now, yesterday, it was a tough one, man. But I don't care how tough it is. No matter how tough it may be, I want you to participate. I want you to take a stab at it. You lose absolutely nothing. Zero, zilch, nada, squat. Más formas de decir cero. You want? Well, as you know, that's what this whole section comes from. Many different ways to say things and words with double, triple, even quadruple meanings sometimes. All right, let's take a look over here. And here's your double trouble. Su casa está hecho un desastre. Y le dije que no tonteara con su compi de trabajo. Sounds like the guy's going on a downward spiral. Una espiral hacia abajo, como decimos. Está yendo cuesta abajo aquí. Wow. Okay, so su casa está hecho. Hey, this is me when I was single. I don't know. I told you to personalize the language, right? Su casa está hecho un desastre. Y le dije que no tonteara con su compi de trabajo. See, I'm guilty of both things there. Alberto, shut your mouth. I'm coming clean. Estoy confesando. To come clean. Buenísima expresión. No, antes no estabas jugando limpio. So think of it that way. When you come clean, okay, guys, I'm going to come clean. This was a really difficult one. But I don't think this one's difficult. I was just using that as an example. I think you guys will be able to handle this one no matter what. Pase lo que pase, I think you'll be able to do it. It's doable, asequible. Su casa está hecho un desastre, un desorden. Y le dije que no tonteara con su compi de trabajo. That is your double trouble, my amigos. And right now, we are off to our final commercial break. Oh, my goodness. We are flying through the show today. So much to do. And I sure hope you'll join us in the fourth and final part of today's show. So, if I were you guys, I wouldn't even think of going anywhere. Stick around. Hey, amigos, welcome back. Welcome back to the show with no name on Vaughn Radio. Give me a V. V. Give me an A. A. Give me a U. U. Give me a G. G. Give me an H. H. Give me an A. A. Give me an N. N. What's that spell? Vaughn. Or Vaughan. Call us whatever you want. Just make sure you call us. You can call us on the horn por teléfono at 911-385831. 911-385831. The website, grupovon.com. If you're looking for materials, such as my latest book, This Book is the Shit, you can go to vontienda.com or stop by and visit in person. You can see us in Bilbao, Valladolid, Zaragoza, Barcelona, Valencia, Santander, Vigo, and Madrid. Yeah. All right, amigos. Welcome back to part 4 of today's show with no name on Vaughn Radio. Yeah, that's right, amigos. That's right. You know it. It is the show with no name. It's part 4. This is Vaughn Radio, and we've got a lot to do. So let's listen to our Say What soundbite for the 4th and final time.
You're in a beehive, pal, didn't you know? We're all busy little bees, full of stings, making honey day and night. Aren't we, honey? Margot, really? Please don't play governess, Karen. I haven't your unyielding good taste.
All right, there you go. That is the fourth listen. And as many of you said, it's from a classic movie from Hollywood's heyday, El Apogeo. From Hollywood's heyday. All right, all right. Let's see what we've got then. A lot of people participating over here. Kubla says, we'd like to have seen Carlo Pedersoli in skin-tight costumes. That went over my head. No need to explain it because we don't have time to look at that right now, but that was lost on me. I hope somebody got it over there. Let's see. A lot of people just put in smiley faces, and I'm scrolling through the comments to find the important ones. Yes, there we go. The ones where you guys are participating. Remember, I appreciate your participation all throughout the show, but sometimes when there are a lot of comments, I have to sift through them. I don't know how you say that in Spanish, but I'm about to find out. To sift through them. Vamos a ver. Tamizar. Bueno, si es harina. Cribar. Filtrar. So sometimes it's just you saying, you're so funny. I appreciate it. But then sometimes I'm like, okay, that's not the double trouble. No, that's not the double trouble either. So a lot of times you guys will see me squinting. Mira qué palabras estamos aprendiendo. Sift. To sift through something. Colar, cribar, filtrar. And what was the other one I just said? See, I can't even remember. Well, the good thing is everything's recorded, and you can listen to this wherever you listen to podcasts. All right, let's see what we've got here. We were looking at today's Double Trouble, and it is as follows. It's su casa, está hecho un desastre. Y le dije que no tonteara con su compi de trabajo. My life story back in the day. All right, let's see. Kubla says, his house is a mess, and I told him not to mess around with his coworker. Nice. Yep. You can also use it as an adjective. His house is messy, pero si usamos como Kubla mess, pues ya empleamos el artículo. So his house is a mess, and I told him not to mess around with his coworker. And you guys will hear that a lot in music. I want to mess around town. I'm a messing around. It's about that, to mess around, tontear. And yes, it can have the sexual meaning or hacer tontería. Guys, si yo lo digo a mi hija, Lara, stop messing around. Vamos a ponernos serios. Deja de tontear. But if I say, oh, he was messing around on his wife, that means he was having extramarital affairs. Are you messing around? Seguro que lo podéis encontrar en la música. I don't want to mess around. I know there's a blues song. Mama don't want no messing around here. So to mess around. Mess around. Let's see what else the show with no namers came up with. Leonardo says his house is a mess, and I told him not to mess around with his coworker. Great. One that we use that is very similar to the one you guys use is pocilga. We say his house is a pigsty. A pigsty es una pocilga, a pigsty. Clean this place up. It's a pigsty. All right, all right. Let's see. What else have we got over here? Laura, his house is a mess, and I told him not to mess around with his colleague. Right? So you can say, of course, colleague or coworker. I would say personally coworker. That's more American, but colleague is absolutely right. Let's see. Chris. Chris says his house is a mess, and I told him not to mess around with his workmate. I see you. No, not him, Chris. She says, sorry, him. It's not him. It's his, right? Porque es posesivo, de él. So the adjustment there is not him workmate, sino his workmate. So his house is a mess, and I told him not to mess around with his workmate. All right, excellent. Kubla's explaining who Carlo Pedersoli is. I said don't. It's not necessary because we're not going to talk about that because if not, we're going to run out of time. So thank you. But keep, as I said, I'll say it again. If maybe I'm going to say it in Catalan now or in Valenciano or something in between. Participat en sección, participat extraños, no confundes al profesorios. I think that's Latin I just spoke. All right, let's focus. Come on, Kubla. I don't want to tell you 10 times. I'm reminded of being with my daughter. Lara, again, I got to say it. Again, keep it on track, guys. All right? All right. Because if everybody's having their own conversations, what the hell are we doing here? Right? So I appreciate it. Again, I'll get back to what I always say. This show needs your participation, but also keep it on topic. Because if not, then you're going to get me all confused. And then, as you see, I'm always sifting through the comments. Oh, thank you, Laura. The other word was squint. La otra palabra que usé is to squint, right? And then, well, it just makes things a little bit easier for me. Again, I'm all excited. I love Bud Spencer, but not right now, or else we're not going to have time for our joking section. And I wouldn't want the other students to be upset because we didn't have time to do a section because it's taken me a long time to figure things out here. So, as we said before in our question of the week, let's keep it simple. Let's focus on simplicity, amigos. And as I just mentioned, we will have time for You're Joking.
Thank you. Thank you. Okay, what did the guy say when he walked into the bar? Ouch. Ouch. You get it? Ouch. He walked into the bar.
You're joking. That's right. That's right. You're joking. Oh, thank you. Born to Ironman. Per favor, s'il vous plaît. You don't say s'il vous plaît. You say chisplau. Chisplau. Right? Is that the one? Chisplau? Is that the same in Valencian as Catalan? Per favor, centreo-se a la asunto in Valenciano. Who knew we were going to be speaking Valencian and fake Latin like I spoke before? All right, here we go, amigos. Some jokes just to brighten your day. Alegraros el día. Let's see if you get them. How do you make a bandstand? You know what that is? A bandstand? It's like a gazebo. It's like an elevated stage, usually in a park or something. You have them in Retiro. The other day I was in Retiro Park with my daughter, and there was a bandstand, un kiosco de la música, I think you say. Okay, makes sense. Es donde están, es un puesto de banda, okay? Just in case you didn't know. One of the most famous shows on American television back in the day, American Bandstand. And that's where they introduced a lot of different artists. So now that we know the word, how do you make a bandstand? Easy. Take away their chairs. No. How do you make a bandstand? You take away his... Well, I guess the answer would be wood, metal, a construction team, put it together, some cement, hormigón, right? But also, how do you make a band stand? ¿Cómo haces que el grupo, la banda, se ponga de pie? You take away their chairs. I know, these jokes are so funny that you just can't stand it. All right. Well, did you know that stand is an irregular verb? Stand. A ver si sabéis vosotros. Every day I stand. Yesterday I stood. Lately I've stood. All right. This next one is probably one of the oldest jokes in the book. De todos los tiempos, as you say. What's the difference between a piano and a fish? If you know it, then you know it. It's a classic. What's the difference, between a piano and a fish? You can't tune a fish. You can't tune a fish? I mean, that's from first grade, del primer curso. But it's a great one because it's a play on words, right? Like one of my favorite jokes, which is timeless, is why was 6 afraid of 7? Because 7, 8, 9. Es que, claro, tardas un segundo, pero lo dices, it's brilliant. 7 se comió al 9. 7, 8, 9. It's a really basic one. Lara knows that joke, the 6, 7, 8, 9. So these are basic ones. What's the difference between a piano and a fish? You can't tune a fish. Tune a fish, atún. You can't tune a fish. No puedes. The word tune is, I got to think of it. Lo sé, pero no lo tengo accesible en mi cabeza ahora. Afinar. You can tune a piano. You can even tune a guitar. You can tune your voice, right? Tunes are also música, iTunes, right? It's a word that's often associated with music. So what's the difference between a piano and a fish? You can't tune a fish. Okay, what do you get when you cross a sweet potato and a jazz musician? Hey, we mentioned jazz before and all that jazz. What do you get when you cross a sweet potato and a jazz musician? A sweet potato, batata, boniato, right? What do you get when you cross a sweet potato and a jazz musician? Easy. A yam session. No? Well, it's really important to look at this here because I know some people, some students who would say, I was yamming with my friends this weekend. We had a yam session. And it's not yam, it's jam. Tocar, improvisar, right? A jam session. But I didn't say jam, como debería haberlo dicho. I said a yam session. Well, what is a yam? It's another way to say a sweet potato. It was a yam session, man. No decimos yam. Eso es el otro. We say jam session. It's a Michael Jackson song. Jam. You'll hear it in a million songs. Okay, why couldn't the athlete listen to her music? Poor athlete. Why couldn't she listen to her music? Well, she broke the record. No, she broke the record. Rompió el vinilo, el disco, batió el récord. All right. Not the greatest jokes in the world, but if you guys are learning and laughing as you learn, well then job done. But right now it's time for a little celebration in today's famous birthday trivia.
Birthdays for you. Birthdays for me. Birthdays for everyone on the show with no name. Birthdays for him. Birthdays for her. Birthdays for everyone on the show with no name.
That's right, amigos. It's famous birthdays only on the show with no name. And let's see who's celebrating a birthday today, my amigos. Now, I think these are pretty easy. Maybe not. Maybe the second one will be a little bit difficult. Well, you know what? I'm just going to shut up and I'm going to give you today's 3 famous birthdays. Let's see if you can figure out who these people are. The first person was born in 1963 today. And what does she do? Well, she's an American actress. And what movies has she been in? ¿En qué películas ha estado? Well, she was in The Karate Kid in 1984, one of the greatest movies ever. Daniel LaRusso, come on. She played his love interest, okay? She was also in Adventures in Babysitting, okay? She was also in Cocktail with Tom Cruise and Back to the Future Part 2 and 3, not Part 1. She was in Hollow Man, which was today's Name That Movie, Battle of the Sexes, Leaving Las Vegas, and so much. Oh, and she's in The Boys, in the Amazon Prime series, The Boys, which great series. Also, Cobra Kai. So she seems to be working a lot lately. Oh, and her last name, if you don't see it written, can either be Zapato or Lárgate, fuera, fuera, fuera de aquí. That would be her last name if you don't see it written anywhere. Okay, that's number one. Number two, this guy was born in 1951. We've been seeing a lot of people born in 1951, like my mama. And this guy is an American singer, songwriter, guitarist, and producer. He is the lead vocalist or the lead singer, rhythm guitarist, and pianist for the rock group REO Speedwagon. I don't know if these guys were big in Spain, but in the States, these guys were huge. And they had some chart toppers que estaban encima de todas las listas en Estados Unidos. You might know some of them. This song was written by our birthday boy. And I'm gonna keep on loving you, 'cause it's the only thing I wanna do. I just wanna stop. All right, I know it's going to start raining. I apologize. But he's also got, I can't fight this feeling anymore. I've forgotten what I started fighting for. Beautiful love songs. And this group is from Chicago. Well, they're from Champaign, Illinois, not Chicago, the city. And during the 70s and 80s, man, they were huge. And those two songs, I got to say, Keep on Loving You, Can't Fight This Feeling, chart toppers, para quedarnos con esa palabra. Number 3, born in 1989, she's got eyes. There's a famous song about this woman's eyes. Now, this woman was an actress in the heyday of Hollywood. She was born today in 1908, and she passed away in 1989. She spent more than 50 years in the business, 100 acting credits, and she was very famous for playing unsympathetic, sardonic characters. And, 2 Academy Awards. She was the first actor to acumular 10 nominations, and definitely one of the greats, one of Hollywood's silver screen leading ladies. And what else? Also on Broadway, she was in Dangerous, Jezebel, The Letter, Little Foxes. All right, let's see. It looks like we've got a winner. Give it up for Chris. Chris, va al roll number 1. Elizabeth Shue. Yeah, si lo escribes S-H-U-E en vez de S-H-O-E, es su apellido, right? Pero si lo escribes S-H-O-O, es lárgate. Shoo, shoo, fuera. Lo decimos a las moscas aquí. My daughter says, shoo fly. No está diciendo mosca de zapato. She's saying shoo, S-H-O-O. So Elizabeth Shue. Number 2, Kevin Cronin. And number 3, Betty Davis. And that's going to bring us to today's Say What soundbite. This is Betty Davis in the movie Busy Little Bees. Well, the scene is Busy Little Bees, they call it. And the movie is all about Eve. Todo sobre Eve. And it came out in 1950. And she says, and I'm going to try and imitate that sound from that Hollywood. You're in a beehive, pal. Estás en un colmenar. Didn't you know? ¿No lo sabías? We're all busy little bees full of stings, llenos de picar, making honey day and night. Aren't we, honey? No es así, cariño. And obviously she's being very sarcastic there. And then she says, Margot, really? Margot, por favor. Really, Margot. And she says, please don't play governess, Karen. No vayas de gobernadora, de governess. She goes, I haven't, que hoy en día es anticuado. We would say I don't have or I haven't got. Pero antiguamente se usaba haven't como yo no tengo. Ahora es más yo no he. So I haven't your unyielding. Yield es que no para. So unyielding. Yield es que para. So unyielding es que no para. So I haven't your unyielding good taste. Hoy en día sería mucho más común decir, I don't have or I haven't got your unyielding good taste. Here's birthday girl Betty Davis.
You're in a beehive, pal, didn't you know? We're all busy little bees, full of stings, making honey day and night. Aren't we, honey? Margot, really? Please don't play governess, Karen. I haven't your unyielding good taste.
All right, it's time for Name That Lyric.
Hi, hello, Alberto. I think the song is... No? Sorry, bye.
Name that lyric, name that lyric, name that lyric, name that lyric only on the show with no name, the show with no name, the show with no name. Name that lyric only on the show with no name, the show with no name, the show with no name. It's name that lyric only on the show with no name.
That's right, amigos. It's Name That Lyric, and thank you for bringing the magic day in, day out. You guys are awesome. Individually, collectively, you guys rock. And you've done a wonderful job all week, not just today. Excellent job in the question of the week. And guys, I am extremely proud of you. I don't know about the rest of the things in your life, but I can tell you, as far as English is concerned, keep it up. Seguid así. Keep up the great work. I'm proud of each and every one of you. And here's your Name That Lyric. I'll give it to you because we don't have too much time. It's REO Speedwagon y también un temazo. It's called Take It on the Run. Take It on the Run. And on the run is A la Fuga. And the song goes, I heard it from a friend who, heard it from a friend who, lo oí de un amigo, de otro, que lo oyó de otro amigo, who heard it from another, you've been messing around. So I heard it from a friend who heard it from a friend who heard it from another, that you've been messing around. We looked at that before. To mess around, tontear. They say you got a boyfriend. Dicen que tienes novio. You're out late every weekend, cada fin de semana. And they're talking about you bringing me down. Dicen que tú me vas a rebajar. It's a beautiful song. If you haven't heard it, it's REO Speedwagon. And the name of the song is Take It on the Run. You can follow along by Googling the lyrics. Thank you so much, everybody. And we'll be back with more. Heard it from a friend who, you guys, heard it from a friend who, heard it from another, you've been messing around. Come on.